Have you ever lived with someone who just didn't seem right? Here is an interesting true story about a mysterious roommate that left people traumatized for life. Enjoy. At first, I thought I found the perfect roommate. But then, strange things started happening. Things I couldn't ignore. By the time I realized the truth, it was already too late. When I first moved into my new apartment, I needed a roommate to split rent. After weeks of searching, I found Charlie. He was quiet, clean, and never caused problems. In fact, he was too perfect. No messes, no drama. He worked late shifts, so we rarely crossed paths. But soon, I started noticing weird things. The first red flag. Charlie never ate. Our kitchen was spotless, untouched. I never saw him bring food home, cook, or even drink water. The fridge? Completely full with only my groceries. Second red flag was, I never saw him blink. It sounds dumb, right? But after a while, I realized his eyes were always open. I even tested it, casually staring at him during a conversation. Not one blink. The third red flag, the noises at night. Every night at 3:33 a.m., I'd hear whispering from his room. It wasn't just one voice. It sounded like multiple voices, overlapping. One night, I pressed my ear against his door, and my body froze. The whispering stopped. Then, I heard something crawl toward the door. I ran back to my room. Things got worse. One evening, I got home late and noticed something off. Charlie was in the living room, sitting completely still. The lights were off, but I could still see his face, expressionless, unblinking. I awkwardly said, "Hey man, you good?" But there was no response. Then he turned his head toward me. Not moved, his neck cracked as it twisted unnaturally fast. His eyes met mine, but his mouth was still facing forward. I ran to my room and locked the door. The breaking point was what I saw in his room. A week later, I came home unexpectedly early. I heard the whispering again. This time, it was louder. The door to his room was slightly open. My curiosity got the best of me. I peeked inside and immediately regretted it. Charlie wasn't sleeping. He was standing in the middle of his room, completely still, facing the wall. His mouth was moving, but no sound was coming out. But here's the part that broke me. In the mirror across the room, I saw his reflection. It was smiling. His real face wasn't, but the reflection? It had sharp, stretched out teeth and was grinning at me. Then the reflection turned to look at me, but Charlie hadn't moved. I finally ran. I slammed his door and ran out of the apartment. I drove for hours, heart racing, trying to figure out what to do. Who or what was I living with? Finally, I decided I was moving out. I went back the next morning, ready to grab my stuff. But when I got there, his room was empty, completely cleaned out. No bed, no clothes, nothing. Like he was never there. The final revelation set on me. Confused, I stormed down to my landlord's office and asked, "Where did Charlie go?" She gave me a blank stare. Who? My stomach dropped. My roommate, Charlie. The guy I've been living with for 3 months. She shook her head. You've been paying for a one-bedroom apartment. There was never anyone else living there. Panicking, I checked my Venmo history. No payments from Ethan. I checked my lease. Only my name was listed. I checked my phone. No saved messages or calls from him. It was like he never existed. And then my phone buzzed. Unknown number. You shouldn't have looked. I stared at my screen, hands shaking. And last night, at 3:33 a.m., I heard whispering. But this time, it was inside my closet. I moved out that same day. But sometimes at night, I still hear whispering. Was Charlie ever real? Or was something using him? All I know is, I'll never sleep with my closet door open again. Some things should stay unknown. This true story was provided by an anonymous source. We'd never know if someone else became a victim of Charlie, or if Charlie is still out there, somewhere, roaming for his next victim. Comment below. What do you think Charlie was? Like and subscribe for more insane stories.